This is Edmonton, Alberta in late November of 2023. It is very unusual because you don't see any snow anywhere. Will I even need my winter bike? There we go. This is my winter bike. I want you to see it better. This is part of a series. Welcome to my channel. My name is George Schlackheck. And I show you what I have to do to my winter bike this season to get it ready for the road. This bike, it's a 1980s mountain bike. It resembles nothing like today's mountain bikes. It's totally different. It's basically a hybrid, or how would you call that? I'm almost like a road bike frame, or just an old guy's bike frame with a little bit thicker tires, and it's got now 6 speed in the back, 2 in the front, so that makes it a 12 speed. Kind of like the old road bikes. Is it ideal for winter? Not really. And I'm going to go through that with you throughout this video. However, the first thing that I want to do, that I want to show you, is I got to work on the rear derailleur, and it needs a new cable. That's what we're going to do in this video, because yeah, in the last video I replaced the freewheel, actually the entire rear wheel. Put a new freewheel on there. We got a new chain that's going to go on there, the whole shebang. Got studded tires, Schwalbe Marathon with studs in them. And, well, the bike took a beating last winter. It basically fell apart. Rear axle broke. Check my other video for that. But now we're past that, and I'm going to fix the rear derailleur. It's only dirty, really. It still works. It just looks like hell. A little bit of cleaning stuff and brush, and it's going to be like new. Telling you. So as it turns out, it wasn't even this shifter cable that is really that bad. It's this one in the front here, and yeah, you guessed it, it's the front derailleur cable. The only issue with this bike is that the cable housings go right through the down tube on the frame. So that's what I have to do. I have to try and get them through there together at the same time, or separately, I guess. It doesn't matter. But I have to attach one to the other and pull it through, kind of thing. Alright, careful inspection has revealed that I do not actually need the rear cable housing. It's in perfectly good condition, so I'm gonna just pull the new cable through there, and I'm gonna use the housing for the front derailleur, because that's actually the one that popped, that went bad. So I cut off the very end of this housing because it was always a little bit on the long side anyways, and now I'm just putting it back. Yeah, where is it going? Right here. Yeah, this side it goes on, see, for the rear. It's always going to be on the left. So I'm just fiddling it through here. See, I'm putting it right through the hole there, and then in the back of here there's another hole. It comes well, if I get it lined up properly, it'll come out there, and it's being stubborn. There we go. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. See, just pull it right through, and then put it into the housing here. It should go all the way through there. There, it's in. Then all I have to do is just push it right through. what I'm doing is I'm connecting the new cable housing to the old one so I can pull it right through. And yeah, it's getting dark here pretty fast. I was actually debating to do this off camera, but I want to share this with you, so we're just gonna do this real quick and then call it a day because it's getting dark here so early. It's actually only something like 4:30, if that. But I have a pretty good connection here. See, have to cut off the tape and then I can just pull it. Cut this off and I should be able to pull this right through. Believe it or not, it's another day. I ran out of daylight again yesterday. And again, it's late afternoon. I don't know how much I get done today. You see, like my bike rebuilding or just refurbishing, reconditioning for winter adventure, it's dragging on. So I got this housing through the frame. And now I'm going to cut it to length for the front derailleur, and then we're going to use it. We're going to put the front cable on. That's it. Come over here so I can show you better what I'm talking about. There's the handlebars. We're going to zoom in. Isn't that beautiful, the technology? It's the shifter over here. You can barely see this. Oh, see, I got to make sure that I reach it nicely with this cable right about there is where I have to cut it. Okay? I got a little bag here with cable ends. They're housing ends and cable ends. I'm putting that on there and then I'm putting the cable straight in there. I'm not going to put any lubricant in there, and I'll tell you why. It's because these cable housings, they have a layer of Teflon inside. Teflon is a lubricant. It's a very good lubricant, and whatever else I was going to put in there, it's not going to improve it in any way, especially not if the housing is brand new. Now, if this was an old cable and the housing was a different way, or the Teflon was worn off or whatever, then lubricant would definitely help. But the problem here is that I am in Edmonton, Alberta, where temperatures drop below -30, and I still want to ride this bike, even when it's really, really cold. Now, if you put any kind of oil in there, even if it's a very light oil, it tends to gum up. Then it tends to pick up dirt from the road and stuff. And yeah, they're stainless steel cables and stuff. And the housings I'm not sure about. It's got a steel spiral in there. So yeah, I've had trouble with cables before. And I found that when you have a problem with the cable here in Edmonton, Alberta, on a winter bike, you don't mess around with it. You don't take out the cable and put any lube on there or something like that. No. For the price it costs, you change the cable, you'll be okay for 2-3 years, and then you probably have to change the cable again. Derailleurs in front and back are not ideal for winter because, number one, they are exposed to the elements, and there's just too much movement that they need to do if you're going to go through all the speeds. Some of you commented, why don't you go for a single speed? And I somewhat agree, but there's one thing about this bike that actually is good for winter, and that's the friction shifters. I converted this bike back to friction shifters after having tried index shifters on it. While I seldom use high range in the winter and don't need as many gears, they're still nice to have. That's it. I'm done with the cables for the shifters. Now I got to dig up the new chain and put that on, and then probably going to be out of daylight again. The other thing that remains to be done, the rear brake most definitely needs new brake pads. These ones are pretty worn out, and they also wore out my old rim, because in the wintertime you get a lot of sand in there and salt and dirt and whatnot. And because in the winter you mostly brake with the rear brake for traction, you don't want to lose traction on the front because it means instant wipeout. Whereas on the back, you slide a little bit, you let go, you're good. Now I got a steel rim here this time, and I'm hopeful that this is a good decision for the winter because it's not going to wear down as fast as the aluminum. Leave me a comment. What do you think? Like, would you run a steel rim on a commuter bike for winter? That's what I'm doing this time. Now we're ready to put the chain on there. Now these chains, they always wear out. Even in the summer, but in the winter it's 10 times worse. Is there a better way? What would happen if this chain was fully protected, like on the Dutch bicycles? Well, the lubricant would stay on the chain longer and the dirt would stay out. Worth another consideration would be a belt, but how would you get it around the chain stays? Are there belts that actually come apart to do that? So this brand new chain is just the right length. It's not one bit too long. I got a brand new chain. I need to put some lubricant on there. Then I need to fix the rear brake. But you know what? My fingers are getting cold. It's getting dark here. No point in continuing this today. It's that's the battle in Alberta, in the winter time. Once the time changes from daylight savings time to the standard time, well, the sun goes down early and the time is now. So yeah, in about 15-20 minutes I won't be able to see the inside of my shed anymore because I have no light in there except for my phone, which is in my pocket right now. So I will conclude this repair tomorrow at some time. I hope you join me again. This is the kit that I bought. You can find a link in the description. It's from Amazon. Obviously there's something in Chinese written, and I think all it means is that it's higher quality professional technology. Let's hope that's true.